All right, welcome to DeanBodi Show. DeanBodi Show. Hey, everybody, what's going on? How's it going? Happy Sunday. Football playoff weekend is what's going on this weekend. Oh, yeah. So, man, hope your team is in it. My Miami Dolphins are not in it, even though they came kind of close, but we couldn't finish the job. Anyways, let's get this thing started off on the right football playoff weekend on the right foot. Good girl, Bodi. Good girl, Bodi. She's the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com, 800-878-9698. Bodi Hotline, Bodi Fun Line. Call the Bodi line. What's going on with Bodi? Say hi to Bodi. Man, what are you going to do? Bodi's waiting for you. Do a little sing-along. Say a little zippity-doo-dah. A pun, a riddle, a joke. First name, where you're from. We'll give your town a shout-out on the DeanBodi Show. We'll make it a feature on the show. We'll do a duet together with Bodi. Makes it a triet, and that's how we do it over here, DeanBodi. So look, that being said, while we're on the topic of duets and triads, it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging around with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. Oh, I want to die. Yeah! DeanBodi Show is fun for everyone. DeanBodi Show has fun with anyone. Ba-da-da-ba-da-ba-da-da-da-da-da-da. A big shout out right now to Tom Jones. Tom Jones. Ba-da. Ba-dee-da-ba-ba-ba-da-dee-da. Man, Tom Jones came plowing through my brain today for some reason. I know the reason, because I'm a big fan of Tom Jones, and I'm cruising around the interwebs on the YouTube channels, as I like to do, just to get your mind out of the regular day-to-day, the COVID, schmovid, pandemic, schmandemic stuff, and look at some other stuff. Go back in time. You can find anything on the YouTube. And the UK The Voice has Tom Jones on there as one of the judges and all that stuff, the coaches or whatever they call it on that show. And he gets so emotional about the artists, it's unbelievable how much he loves music. You can just see it in his soul. This guy hung out with Elvis Presley. This guy has been doing it, man. And I love Tom Jones is way up there as far as the artists that I like the most. Big time. So it's not unusual. And he got the other tunes. She's a lady. Oh, she's a lady. Talking about the little lady. And the lady is mine. Tom Jones has a million of them. So we're going to probably revisit Tom during the show. I don't know, because I can't help it. The hairs that I don't have in my head are standing up like, wow. They want to grow, but they just don't anymore. So that being said, listen, we're walking around the neighborhood yesterday, Bodi and I, as we do, and all of a sudden I see Bodi limping for no reason at all, right? We're coming out of the grass. She does her little business, and we go walking through this little hallway in these apartments, I don't know, 2 apartment complexes down, way down. And she's like limping. And I'm like, what is going on with Bodi? Did she twist her ankle? Did she, fall in a ditch when I wasn't looking for half a second? And I look at her right foot. What do I see? A giant wad of bubble gum stuck to her foot. I'm like, what's going on with that? So I tell her to stop. I'm laughing because I'm watching her. Once I saw what it was, I didn't really know the details of what was going on there until I really looked closer, but she was walking and looking at it and lifted her foot up and looked at this thing like, what the heck is that? When we step in bubble gum or gum when we're wearing our shoes, is there anything more aggravating than that? Whoever's flicking their gum out into the street, shut it down, okay? Don't do that. I'd rather you swallow it. They say if you swallow gum, it doesn't digest for 7 years. Another old wives' tale. But anyways, if it can digest a chicken McNugget, it can digest some Bubblicious. So stop flicking your gum in the street like you don't have any sense of, living like a, what do you call it? A sophisticated human being, for crying out loud, all right? So I look down at Bodi. She's looking at her paw like, what did I step in? and I told her to stop, and I lifted up her paw, and I looked at it, and I grabbed that wad of bubble gum, a nice grab, and I just yanked it, and it came off in a clean sweep, one clean sweep, whammo, victory, and I chucked it into the grass. Not back on the street, but in the grass. First of all, it was disgusting and it wasn't mine, and I don't want to hang on to it and go searching for a trash can. It was like, at least I'll throw it behind the shrubbery where no one's going to step in it again. That reminded me of the story when I forget the name of the story, but when he pulled the thorn out of the lion's paw, right? And the lion was forever indebted to the person. I can't think of it, but that's what it reminded me of. I'm so happy that it came off in one yank. It was a serious wad of bubble gum, like I used to do when I was a kid. That whole stick of bubble gum, those long, and grape or green apple were my favorites. So gotta go, I don't know, that green apple was the bomb. The whole thing in the mouth, cheek bulging out to the side like you had a tennis ball in the side of your face. That's how big the bubblegum wad was as we were fueled on sugar. And now I'm doing this keto thing, just the opposite of what I used to do as a kid for fuel. We're going to figure this thing out sooner or later, man, but this is wild. Listen, this is all going to be about this keto thing and me going through this adrenal gland healing and muscle atrophy in my legs and bouncing back from that whole nightmare from the steroid withdrawal. Oh, I don't wish this on my worst enemy. And going through this whole thing, you think about it this way too. Before I was 45 years old, early 40s, whatever, I never had a gout flare-up, ever. In my 30s, never. In my 20s, never, ever, ever. So what's going on once you get to a certain whatever? Because the kidneys, liver, they're not functioning as well as they used to. Yeah, my numbers in my labs have always looked good, and always been in the normal range, but they could be better, obviously, getting rid of the uric acid, dealing with the high purine foods. Come on. So if the body did it before, it can do it now. But now we got to pay a little more closer attention. As we get older, things change. If you haven't noticed, every 10 years, something's going on where that you got to fix something. Okay? That's kind of how it goes. Every decade, something springs a leak or something like that. But if you pay attention and realize that these pipes are not as clean as they used to be, all right? Probably from the way we treated it our whole, on our younger years and living off of candy and I don't know, man, crazy protein bars and protein shakes at the gym and just eating and guzzling and going to Taco Bell and all of these other fast food places. This is what we used to do, not to mention the drinking booze and the alcohol and the partying. Come on. The fact that we're still on the planet is a miracle in itself. So I'm trying to do something different now, give myself a tune-up, and get these organs functioning better, right? some people have better functioning organs than others. Some have stronger hearts than others. Some have better livers and kidneys than others, and everybody's got their thing, but you have to look at you. What's going on with you as an individual, not as some kind of cookie cutter mentality, but find the hybrid and tweak things and pay attention to what's going on with you. It takes time. So that's what I'm doing now. We want to get this kidneys functioning better so they can flush things out better. The liver. Hey, look, as we get older, easier is better, not harder, and that's kind of where you want to be. You want your brain working good. You want to be walking at a normal clip. You want to be able to lift yourself up and lift things off the ground, push yourself up from a chair by yourself, and go through life like that, and that's the bottom line. So I'm just saying, I know I'm rambling on, but I'm going through it on a day-to-day right now and letting you know also with brutal honesty that I got a long way to go. That I had a gout flare-up the other day, and I had to jump on the culture scene again. Thank God it was here, ladies and gentlemen who think they have all the answers out there, because it calmed it down. It allowed me to sleep, and I did it for a couple of days, and we're okay again. And it went from the right foot that was normally bothering me the most, jumped over to the left side. Nice going, Gout. You're running around like a crazy person. Oh, yeah. But that's what can happen when you're doing the keto diet and things start moving around and crystals start moving around as you start bathing more in ketones and keeping yourself in ketosis until your body can get rid of these things better. Not going to happen overnight, but you might get the worst before it gets better kind of thing, as we mentioned on the previous episode. Wow! Am I going through this? But hey, I want to share it with you, and if it's helping somebody out there, that's what I want. Awesome. Real life stories, DeanBodi Show. Bodi's got the gum on the foot. I got some gum on my kidney, and we're going to get rid of it, and we're going to move forward. We got a nice doggy dermatology appointment and another, I don't know, geez. They're so busy, it was 6 weeks out to find out what exactly is Bodi allergic to that we got to maybe, tie a knot in it so we don't have any problems as she starts changing. Oh, by the way, she's going to be 6 years old soon. So in doggy years, when you times that by 7, that's 42. Okay? And, so think about it that way. She's changing also. So we have to figure things out and tweak. She was running around as a little puppy. It wasn't bothering her so much. Now, body's changing. The wolf changes. We're both going through it together. But that's how we're going to do it. Oh, yeah. And we're going to share it with you, DeanBodi Show. And if we're helping somebody out there that's going through similar things, or call it whatever you want to call it. Body functioning better is the key as a whole. Oh, yeah. So let's see what's going on over here, DeanBodi Show. We don't want to shortchange anybody, DeanBodi. See what's going on over here, and zippity-doo-dah, zippity-ay. My, oh, my, what a glorious day. Plenty of sunshine coming our way. DeanBodi is here to stay, yeah. So we got, we did the Tom Jones. We told you about the bubble gum. And we did a last night no pee and the Crockpot Dishes and the FICO scores. Oh, my gosh. Wow. Imagine, taking a math test, giving it to 3 different instructors, and you get 3 different grades. It'd be stupid, wouldn't it? All right? It's either right or it's wrong. So with this whole FICO score thing that I got going on when it comes to credit, that I've been wailing away at this credit thing, and I totally fixed my credit. It took about 3 years plus for me to get it dialed in and clear all the bad marks off of it. What a project, but it can be done. And so what I'm saying is I got this app called My FICO, and it gives you the FICO scores, Experian, Equifax, TransUnion, all 3 of them, right? So I'm looking at it the other day, and if you got it like 10% utilization ratio for those of you that do this kind of thing. If you don't, well, that's where you want it. You want it 10% or under utilization ratio. Okay? And and so I'm looking at it, and we got 10%. It says 10% on one of them, right? Like TransUnion said 10%. And then it said very good. Okay, right? And then I see Equifax, right? And it says 11% for some reason. And it just said very good also at 11%. TransUnion 10% very good. Equifax very good 11%. Then we go to Experian, who I like the least. Okay? So they're saying 10% just good. Oh, look who's making up their own rules. Everybody else said very good, okay? Not only did one of them at 11% say very good, but Experian decided to say at 10% just the word good. This is what I mean. This is like people making up their own rules. This is like independent businesses doing their own thing. It's kind of like what the president is going through with Twitter. It's an independent business. They can do what they want to do. They can shut off who they want to shut off. Hey, welcome to the new world in the internet and the interweb and all this fun stuff, because, it's pretty powerful as all of this keeps getting figured out, and listen, if somebody's yelling and screaming on something all the time and getting everybody all fired up, hey, it's not such a good thing setting the tone and the mood. Really, when you think about it, there's a lot of people in the world. Half are on one side, half are on the other side. And, it's kind of crazy. So that being said, with the FICO scores, it reminds me of that. It's like taking a math test, submitting it to 3 professors, and one of them gives you an A, one of them gives you a B, and the other one gives you a C+. All right, well, that's the whole FICO story. I'm not happy with it. So, and I keep an eye on all this stuff like on a daily. I look at it. They give me reminders. It drives me a little crazy, but it's nice to keep an eye on these things. Okay, so that being said, not only that, but the hunting, the Crockpot Dishes and the hunting. We got to talk about this. Oh, my gosh. The Crockpot is here now. I got the Crockpot. I tried a couple things in it. Horrible. Both dishes were horrible. And as I look on YouTube through the Crockpot videos, now that I think about it, I haven't seen one dish using a Crockpot that came out good, that looks good, that looks appetizing, that looks satisfying. It's just this weird mindset of going low and slow and not really hearing that sizzle when you cook. There's a couple that put it on high. There's a low and a high and a warm. Put it on high and they put it in there, maybe do a little sizzle. It's really kind of a weird thing. Now, if you have a separate pot, make your chili, make your stew, and then you dump it in that crock pot, put it on the low, and let that thing just hang out in the warm, and you can put it out somewhere, like on a table with some other hors d'oeuvres and things like that, and people can go in and out of it. Now you're talking. That's really the deal. But if you're going to start a dish at 6 a.m. before you go to work, and you're going to put that boneless chicken in there, and you're going to pour a bunch of this in there, dab some of that in there, pour some cream in it or whatever, and then make your little secret sauce with, chicken broth and heavy cream, and think that you're some kind of gourmet chef. It's kind of nasty. It's kind of disgusting. And I don't know what to tell you. But if you're a family out there and all your mom does is do Crockpot dishes, I'm feeling for you. I really am. Let's get the sizzle going. Let's get the stir fry going. Let's get the grill going. And then you want to make that low and slow thing and then dump it in the Crockpot for a nice, football playoff party or something like that, and let people dip in and out of that chili or that awesome looking stew. Now we're talking. These creamy looking dishes that have been hanging out in this low and slow all day doesn't do it for me. I got to be honest. So I'm still on my crockpot journey. I'm going to hang in there with it until I get a couple of my dishes that get me dialed in, that I can just say, hey, these are my crockpot dishes. I have a feeling if I can get to 2 of them that are good and delish, I'm a winner, okay? Not everything is good in there, sorry to say. So stay tuned with that. I'm not going to give up on that, just like the gout thing. And listen, when it comes to this purine thing that your body makes with the high purine foods, it's just your kidneys aren't getting rid of these things as well as they used to. So, and the fact that you didn't have, that you're a broken body and you need some long-term med your whole life and all that, no. If you do the right things and you figure this thing out, which I'm going to sooner or later, please God, I'm hoping I can, and we'll see what's going on there with that. Now, that being said, let's just say the world's coming to, I don't know, where we're all having to hunt for all of our food. And all we got out there was buffalo, and we got red meat out there, all this high purine stuff, and a bunch of poisonous berries. The person that is suffering with gout is in big trouble because what are you going to do? And, they're going to know. The other people in the village are going to know because you're going to be hobbling around because all you have to eat is red meat. There's no healthy foliage or healthy berries. It's all, they got poison berries and red meat. So the people that are okay with the red meat, those carnivore people on the carnivore diet with no gout flare-ups, are happy as a clam. The ones that are limping around the village are in big trouble. So what I'm saying is I'm kind of putting like a funny tone on this because there's a way to figure it out. Something's going on. You just got to be patient with it. If you got to go through a getting worse before you get better, that's what you got to do. And stay tuned because I'm taking you on this ride with me, and I'm not coming at this thing as being cocky. This is a painful process, but we're going to see what we can do. And if I come out the other side and I help a bunch of people through it, that's what we're here for, DeanBodi Show. Oh, yeah. So, she's a good girl, Bodi. She's the best girl in the world. Yeah, the good girl, Bodi. Yeah, the best girl in the world. Oh, yeah. DeanBodi.com. DeanBodi.com is the website. We got the links on there. I want to get you over to the podcast, Apple, Spotify, wherever you get your podcasts. The social link will get you over to the YouTube channel, DeanBodi space show, YouTube channel. Let me tell you, the podcasts are creeping up on the 200th episode. And that's when I get another achievement award. And I don't know, I'm excited about it. We're getting closer. The YouTube channel, those of you that haven't gone over there yet, you got to go over there. You got to see the YouTube channel. You got to see the fireplace behind me and the whole ambiance at the DeanBodi Studios, as we calling them. And we're having fun over here, man. Wow, we got a cool game going on this afternoon that I'm looking forward to watching. Nice going Buffalo Bills. Nice going Green Bay Packers yesterday. Today, man, we got the Cleveland Browns going against the Kansas City Chiefs. Cleveland, you got your hands full big time. But I got to be honest, I'm going for Cleveland. That underdog, to see them get over there would be awesome. Then we got Tampa Bay, Tom Brady, going after New Orleans Saints, Drew Brees. The last time they met, Drew Brees put the smackdown on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers like nobody's business. Now, being the Florida guy, and Miami Dolphins are first in my life, big time, I lived in Tampa Bay also. Oh, yeah, I used to bartend out there in the nightclubs out there. Stingers in Tampa. I know you're not around anymore, but man, shout out to Stingers. Anybody listening that knows Stingers, man, we had some fun over there. Then we went over the bridge into Clearwater, which is very close, and we opened up Storman's Palace. Oh, man, did we have some fun there. So that being said, I know that neck of the woods, so I'm rooting for Tampa to go all the way. Now, I thought about Tom Brady. Listen how crazy this is. Tom Brady, TB, his initials is the same as Tampa Bay. I mean, if this wasn't meant to be, okay, so it's kind of Tom Brady's Buccaneers. I mean, really? So, look, I'm hoping that Tom Brady takes him. I'm hoping that Cleveland wins. This is going to be a wild day, and this is going to be exciting. So, anyways, that being said, before we take off, easy there. Let me pull back on the horse, and let's just see what's going on over here. DeanBodi, I don't want to shortchange anybody, DeanBodi Show. Yeah. You got the gist on the FICO scores. Watch out for these little funny birds and the hunting and the purines. And if all there was available was red meat and poison berries, the gout people would be in big trouble unless they figure it out. Okay, so that being said, I got this cool tumbler and the healthy lemonade. Yeah, let me give a little shout out to Dr. Berg. He does all our keto videos out there, and he's an ex-chiropractor also, as I was. But he does a lot of educational videos, and he's got supplements and whatever. But I've tried his Electrolyte powder. Nice going. Okay, high in potassium citrate. You got the other minerals in there that are important as you're going through the keto and all this stuff. You got to keep your electrolytes dialed in, and it tastes really yummy. No sugar. Stevia is the sweetener, but it's got it dialed in where it really tastes on point. That had to be a tough formula to put together with the stevia and all, but you did it. Nice going. I got the 2 different flavors, so that's nice to have around. See, there's things out there that are better choices. Making better choices is a good thing. This way, when you get your body dialed in, this way, when you get yourself working better, your body's functioning as a whole better, from above down, inside out, right? All the organs working well, brain sending the messages, everybody's talking to each other down there, and communicating the right way, all the organs, and everybody's happier. You're going to feel a lot better. Your immune system is going to be super strong. So when that COVID, schmovid, pandemic, schmandemic stuff comes knocking around at the door, hey, what's going on over there? And you open up the door, and here's that weird thing that you see, the virus with the tentacles sticking out and all that hovering at your door, looking at you, and it's like, wow, this guy or this girl has got a super strong immune system, and you just see that thing take off running, scared to death. Doesn't like strong immune systems. Take that for what it's worth. So it's worth figuring these things out. If you enjoy the process and you don't think about all the foods you're missing out on and all that, but you think about adding quality years to your life moving down the road, this is a good thing, right? Living with less pain or no pain is a good thing. Organs functioning well is good. Going number 1 and number 2 is good, okay? And you want to have all that working right and all that stuff. Your brain working good, your mental clarity, your vision and all that stuff, digestion, all these things working good. And then when you want to maybe have a little treat meal a couple times a month, your body will be able to handle it. You know what I mean? But if you do the treat all the time and you're eating the wrong things all the time, you're asking for trouble. You know, you're going down that road, and you can throw caution into the wind if you want, but figuring things out and getting yourself healthier and going through some of these things is kind of a cool process if you look at it like a game, just like anything else, whether it's your finances or whether it's relationships or whatever you want to call it. It's all kind of a game as you figure things out. And hey, we want good things for you here from DeanBodi. We thank you so much for hanging out with us. And if you like what's going on over here, consider subscribing. Don't forget to click the like button, ring that notification bell. You don't want to miss any of these shows. Why? Because these are real shows. Remember, we're coming at you daily, DeanBodi, because life comes at you daily, not weekly and monthly. Sometimes bi-daily, tri-daily, and quad-daily. But we're going to be coming at you. You're definitely going to be seeing us on a weekly, no doubt. Usually a couple times a week as we're coming out with these shows and throwing at you all kinds of different things. Bodi is the muse. Bodi is the one that gets us going over here. She's the one running the show over here. She's the director. She's the producer. She's the whole thing and the energy behind this whole thing, man. I'm telling you, I love her so much. It's like way beyond words. And we went on a nice walk already once today. And we're thinking about what we're going to have for lunch. Got the games coming on today. all kinds of things happening, and we're going to keep a positive attitude over here as every day and every way we get stronger and stronger. Oh, yeah. Every day and every way we get better and better. Every day and every way we get healthier and healthier. That's how we're doing it over here, DeanBodi, and that's what we want for you. So, hey, if you can get over to the podcast and give a nice 5-star rating and a nice review for the podcast, would be awesome. We'd appreciate it. You'll give that algorithm a good shot in the side of the you-know-what and send us to the thing. Share it with a friend. Check out the YouTube channel. You'll be glad that you did. And I'm reminding myself to look into the camera more because it's not unusual to be loved by anyone. It's not unusual to have fun with anyone. But when I see you hanging around with anyone, it's not unusual to see me cry. Oh, I want to die. Yeah! It's not unusual for DeanBodi Show to be here. DeanBodi Show is not going anywhere. All right. So look, man, I got one more thing. We're going to try to bowl a strike here. And hey, while I got this here, excuse me one thing. Hey, I'm sorry. We got to crank up my sidekick, ALEXA. Hey, got to get you charged up. That's kind of like the Star Trek little thing that you got to get on high. All right. So here we go. Get ready for the bowling. Man, I missed bowling as a kid. It was so much fun. Don Carter's 24-hour place, man, bowling leagues as a kid. Oh, my God. Come on. Here we go, babe. Yeah, DeanBodi strikes again. So listen, Alexa, what's the joke of the day?
Today I have a history joke. Who was the roundest knight at King Arthur's table? Circumference.
Who is the roundest knight at King Arthur's table? Circumference. Let me tell you, these jokes are way too smart for me. It's going way over my head, but they're funny and they're cute. ALEXA, my sidekick, you're the greatest. Listen, have an awesome rest of your day. Enjoy the playoffs today. Make yourself, I don't know, you try a Crockpot dish and see how it goes for you. It's not going so good for me, but have a great day. Listen, let's keep this thing rolling. Keep moving forward. Let's stay positive. Keep your immune system strong. And remember, take care of yourself so you can take care of somebody else. DeanBodi.com. Oh, yeah.